Yeah, so earlier today I got to bronze too, but as you can see, knocked all the way back down. So starting over, but hey, at least I got that done today. I gotta get out of bronze. But I know I can't be carried out, because if you get carried out, you just get knocked back down. You gotta carry yourself out. So for me, that means Cloak, Magneto, Squirrel Girl, Thing.
The right heroes could make all the difference. We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
Yeah, I can go DPS, but I mean, I'll try.
Round cyanide create equilibrium. When it gets
in 30
disturbed,
seconds.
Oh, well.
Stay strong.
Get this first round.
Gotta be
I'll switch
honest,
if we need
not so
to.
crazy about symbiotes now that I've visited Clintar. One where they all tried to eat me? Yeah, absolutely.
the battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, they do not look happy.
Us against the world! Tremble before blast!
My time to shine! I was worried. Hold still, I'm trying to help. I am ready to put on a show! Only 60 seconds. shine.
I got my ultimate ready, but I'm far.
Tremble before blast!
My time to shine. Final 10 seconds.
Back up under the music.
My time to shine. You'll have to keep fighting until we have Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
I think it's staggering in too much.
Lights out.
My time to shine.
Born again!
It's time to stop them.
Second chance is over.
Turn around so quick. Okay, my time to shine. All of them. My time to shine. Double kill.
Gone dark.
You stop them in their tracks. We are undefeatable. Just keep
Lights out.
my time to shine. Only 60 seconds left. You belong to me.
Us against the world. Lights out.
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
Lights out. Same play.
shine. We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. It helps me see the darkness and face it. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You shine like a diamond, but your soul is so empty.
Obviously, you've been speaking to my therapist, but I'm not sure it's relevant right now.
If we aren't strong within, even the toughest surface begins to show its cracks.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Getting this robot to Avengers Tower.
There they are.
Perhaps I should have stayed in my
My time to shine. According to Dr. Richards, the glow of the moon is nothing more than reflected sunlight. Fascinating, isn't it?
No one asked for your opinion, robot.
You owe me one.
I have found one.
My time to shine. Everybody needs a hand sometime. The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
In a adorable robot that saves the day.
My time to shine.
Lights out.
The cosmos heals you.
Tremble before fast!
My time to shine.
Look who's here.
Lights out. Us against the world.
Going to Avengers Tower?
My time to shine.
Lights out.
Don't turn back now. Final score: 2-1.
I think I killed Thor at the end.
Victory!
Oh shit, that was good. Did I see that? Okay. Yeah, that was good. I thought I was the MVP though. Said scoreboard. I was slaying them. Not really, but for me.
Like heroes could make all the difference. We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear. Equilibrium. When it gets coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Saving the multiverse. That's new territory for us, huh, bud?
I am Groot.
I know, right? Guess you could say we're branching out. Yeah, no, I know. Please, you don't have to say anything.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! You have to stop them from securing your mission area. Shake it up!
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
My time to shine! I'll get you next time.
Against the world! Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
My time to shine! Disappear!
Sorry, I was trying to heal you, but I got killed before I could finish.
My time to shine! Friends, gather around!
They're already healed. Let's check them out.
Appreciate the boost.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Stop that vehicle in its tracks! Double KO! My time to shine!
against the world.
Alright.
That's the stuff.
My thing. Help us in the shadows.
Double KO! My time to shine. Only 60 seconds left. Charge!
Oh boy, here they come! Whew, that's the stuff.
That's not that vehicle! They made it out lane! Stop them! Stand with you! I wouldn't mess with blue, that's for sure.
Lights out.
Us against the world.
Keep fighting until we have a winner. The current score is 0-1. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
Round 2.
Without time, I wouldn't know the real power of the light force.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Groot! Oh, buddy! Oh, there's no tree I'd rather see.
I am Groot.
What do you mean, dad joke?
Lights out.
Yeah, it's like one.
My time to shine.
The battle starts in 5,
Like, dude, you
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Just embrace the light. I am here.
1.
Us against the world. I get a little carried away sometimes. It's my thing. Help me from the shadows.
My time to shine.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Who needs 4 when you've got one like me?
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
Yeah.
Escape pod ready. Opening escape capsule.
Round
Without
1,
time,
go!
I wouldn't know the real power of the light force.
I
30
was going to
seconds
PS. You
before
can
you
play
attack.
Sharky.
Get
You can play
ready.
Sharky.
The time has come to call on ancient forces to aid us in this battle.
Oh, I always wanted to learn magic. Tippy Toe loves a good card trick.
My turn.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Lights out.
I wonder how Kenobi plays with the Dark Force.
My time to shine.
Without being anymore.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension. Suffer in the darkness. Lights out.
My time to shine. My time to shine. this chance again.
Await your call.
My ult's ready. I'm about to try to drop it on point if we can get up there.
Lights out.
My time to shine.
Us against the world.
My time to shine. I appreciate you. We are undefeatable! A boom of light down to 30 seconds. It's party time!
Well, let me use my power.
The current score is 0-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
We are Cloak and Dagger. We are hope and fear.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
You swallowed our tank. You know that, right? And then you spit them back out, but it was like right when you were taking over the point.
Round 2.
And light can harm. Same with me.
Lights out.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Get in
Look
there.
at us. We practically match.
This is haute couture.
Hey, don't push too hard, bro.
Designed by Jumbo Carnation.
They're probably gonna teleport here. That's all
Oh,
they're gonna do.
my costume just kind of came with my powers.
And I'm practically seething inside about how
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Yep. They're teleport.
Rebuild the space-time continuum and defeat 2 Dr. Dooms? Piece of cake.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me.
That put a spring in their step? Less defeating.
My life force.
Nobody can hurt us now.
Pop back up under their noses.
My time to shine.
next time, just leave.
My time to shine.
Final score 0-1. Well, we can't expect to win them all.
Maybe I don't have to be scared to let you laugh. I'm gonna make you cry. I'm gonna make some smile. We're about the business, and they were putting in their work, and I was let that come to the surface. And for that, I'm sorry to the people that had to see me react that way. But it is what it is. It might happen again. One never knows, does one? I just know this, man. Is it true? Is it the blame game? Does Dubs get a lot of hate for fucking me? He does. He does. And sometimes I feel, and if you remember a while back, I distanced myself from everyone, Dubs included, not as a friend, but as a content creator, because I was tired of my baggage and the people that were going in on me. It's spilling over to his shit. I want to see his channel prosper. I want to see him come up.
If you dunk Michelle, you badunk-a-dunk your way back into the competition.
Badunk-a-dunk.
McDonald's? Okay. Oh, never mind. I think that's it. Three-way crossword. I've got eyes on. Listener. Thank you. He's evading us.
What's going on, bud? Take your hands in your pocket. Stand over there. Stand over there. Stand over there. Quit arguing with me.
Bro, this is disrespectful. She's being disrespectful, bro. That lady was being disrespectful, sir.
Okay, all right, relax.
What's going on?
I can pay for it. Like, that don't mean nothing. Like, it wasn't like I was gonna steal it. I had the money, and I know the manager. I've spoken to the manager before.
Okay.
And I had the money. I could pay for it. But I was gonna tell the manager, like, I had problems, and I was gonna go to the manager the next day and tell her.
And have him present now or anytime during question. If you cannot afford an attorney.
It was that lady.
You're not under arrest at the moment.
Maybe if I can just get a picture of him in the
Nation, and without paying for it?
She's a liar.
Okay. He's already admitted us that he didn't pay for the item.
Well, then that's his problem.
I agree with you. We're going to let him talk to... Did the manager want to talk to him, or did you want to talk to him? Because I don't know if he's going to Johnny Poke yet. But if he is, did you want to talk to him, or did the manager want to talk to him? Because the manager said he wanted to talk to him before he left. Or did you want to talk to him? I just want to make sure we get the right person to talk to him. Because I guess Cedric's probably just letting him know he still has a job or doesn't have a job. I don't know. But he was also told to leave over there because he was causing a problem.
Yeah, but she's only speaking. I have gone there to buy a sandwich for myself. She has stopped me to tell him to not go back there. That's not my problem. That's her problem.
I got that.
That's number one. The fact that she wants to involve my business is defamation of character towards him. She had to deal with him when he's there.
Well, the thing was, he left there and came over here. That's why we came over here.
Because he works here, and she knows he works here.
I understand that. Without payment.
But she's not a job. You go there also to provoke her.
No, I don't.
You're no better than she is.
No, I don't.
You're no better than she is.
Here's the call. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll get in the car and we can talk about it. It seems that your passion, you care for him enough to give him maybe a little bit longer than 30 minutes to go get food if he really needed it. Number one. And number two, you already told him not to go over there, which is a decision he decided to make after, number one, he wasn't allowed back over there, and you told him anyway.
His marbles are not over there.
So he made a decision.
McDonald's is right there that we could have walked to. So.
I mean, I can't.
He'll get some calls down there. I don't know if he's trying to call the manager.
He said his girlfriend.
His girlfriend?
Yeah, his girlfriend. He's
Retro did a hard frontlining. Notice how they always, whenever they're taking any of these fights, they're always looking to come in from the side. They're always looking to take high ground. They're always looking to come on an angle. Just little stuff like that makes it so they don't take as much damage, or they don't get pressured by their front line, by their tank line, and lets them get a lot more value, which is nice. I thought they might try to go up and stun it. I mean, that would be really risky to do, but I think that's theoretically possible. Where did their E go? Where did they use it? I think it went through the portal. Did it go through the portal? I think it did. No, what's in front of the portal? Are you sure? It looks like it goes through the portal right here. Oh, you're right, it is. I thought that one went right through. They canceled it on the way in. Wait, where are they looking at this point?
A disappearing act.
Oh, the strange shield stopped it. Damn. I'm assuming they probably would have wanted to stop it there anyways, because you can stop it manually, but...
By the eye of Agamotto.
They're gonna look for ult here? No, don't need it. So even though the invisible woman ulted, saves their ult because it's not really needed. Good call on that one. No shit. Okay. Just poking here. I'm curious how they're gonna use their ult. I feel like Witch ult is so hard to get value out of in these types of lobbies. So are they just gonna straight up not use it? That might even be the play. Oh, what if they hold here and use it at the choke? Pops their E so they can't get through. They don't have a TP to make it. Starworld's gonna try to touch. He touches, but he's dead instantly. What's next? Tries to stun the strange. Wait, does stun the strange. Wait, that keeps him from touching. Wait, that was gross. Wait, and it stopped the invisible woman too? Wait, that was gross. Okay, so they literally don't even end up ulting, but they use their CC to stop the retouch and are able to help kill the Star-Lord that flanks to touch last second. Holy shit. It's not flashy. It's really not flashy. Which I feel like is very different than from what you see on like TikToks or shorts or reels or highlights or anything like that. Is you always see people that are posting like these big ass plays and they're like, oh, I wish I had teammates like this. Like, oh, if this was happening all the time, I'd win all my games. And it's like, a lot of times those big plays aren't actually the big difference makers. It's the little ones. And then I have another one that Retro sent me. That one was really short, but that was really good. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. The hell is this lobby? Isn't that super? This is one hell of a lobby. No, that's Raring Garlic 118. Didn't someone take that? So that's why he's 18 in this game instead? Flies out of spawn, fights high ground, contests high ground. Smart. Helps kill the Loki clones. Just poke. I mean, Witch does do a lot of damage, like raw damage. So kind of poking the front line in the beginning is actually pretty good. The Captain America just explodes. Oh, it's probably trying to go in with the Spidey. One thing I've also noticed is they're always trying to stay up in the air. They're always trying to float down slowly, always trying to take off angles. It's smart. Nothing too crazy though. Really plays pretty safe, plays off angles, doesn't do anything too crazy, but puts a lot of pressure in. Wait, they have a witch too? Wait, they swapped? Also, Joey, I think I missed your gift. I think I'm gonna gift it. Yo, 2 gifted. Thank you for the 2 gifted, Jody. I appreciate it. Okay. Watch Quibbles. He is the #1 Scarlet Witch, sweetie.
What are you still doing here? You still have not downloaded Pi Adblock? You know I'm just gonna keep showing up on your screen until you download it, right? Honestly, it's
How to win every match when using the thing in Marvel Rivals. Starting with how to avoid a massive mistake almost every player is making. And after learning this hidden mechanic, you can pull off almost any combo. First, head into settings, go to keyboard, make sure to select the thing, then go ahead and switch the sprint from toggle to hold. This will not only completely remove the delay it takes to cancel, but now you can pull off some rocky combos without getting stuck in the animation. Number 2, the thing is bricked up. This means you literally can't move this pile of rocks. This is because he's completely invincible to any movement abilities. So you can say goodbye to Pharaoh Leap, Bucky's Chain, or even Spider-Man. Then to get bonus health, make sure to spam his right click as much as possible. Number 3 is how to use a completely broken one-shot combo. First, go ahead and super punch directly in front of you. Cancel the smash, which should hit them twice. Then use your ultimate as they fall back down. Number 4, he can dive the backlines with no problem, but you actually want to use him to counter dive as well. This is because the smash stops all movement abilities. So if you ever see Tickle Monster or Spidey jumping on the healers, then all you have to do is press E, then go ahead and use the smash. Now heroes like Spidey will have no way to escape. How to win every match when using the thing in Marvel Rivals. Starting with how to avoid a massive mistake almost every player is making. And after learning this hidden mechanic, you can pull off almost any combo. First, head into settings, go to keyboard, make sure to select the thing, and go ahead and switch the sprint from toggle to hold. This will not only completely remove the delay it takes to cancel, but now you can pull off some rocky combos without getting stuck in the animation. Number 2, the thing is bricked up. This means you literally can't move this pile of rocks. This is because he's completely invincible to any movement abilities. So you can say goodbye to Pharaoh Leap, Bucky's Chain, or even Spider-Man. Then to get
This is the vampire Louis Dulac.
But suffice it to say, the series creators weren't happy at Surtec, and there would even be some bad blood with word that taking Surtec anywhere that these are the same adventurers or their descendants. It's all kept intentionally vague in that regard. With that said though, Wizardry 5 brought some much needed improvements to the Wizardry formula. For one thing, the story and quests were greatly expanded. Now, as you explore the dungeon, you'll sometimes meet friendly NPCs who give you quest-related information on what you have to do, with the game placing a greater focus on puzzle solving. The magic system was also expanded with new spells being added for both schools of magic. And in fact, the entire combat system received a much-needed overhaul. Now, characters in the back row could equip bows, slings, or tridents, so that they can now use physical attacks from the back. Not only that, but classes also receive new skills and abilities. So the thief, for example, can now use the hide ability. Basically, this lets you spend a turn to hide the thief from danger, and on the next turn, it'll attack your enemies with a greater chance of causing a critical hit. For context, in previous Wizardry games, thieves rarely did any combat really, and instead they were only used to open chests and disarm traps. That is, until you could finally graduate them into a ninja. But now, they were finally becoming more useful during a combat scenario. I know that these changes sound rather basic today, but we need to take into account that much of what we take for granted today was still new and groundbreaking back then. For context, Final Fantasy I had a thief class, but they were solely used for combat. The thief skills that they would later use wouldn't even But if you want the absolute best version of Wizardry 5, then I need to paint you a picture. Wizardry 5 came out in 1988, and this next port came out in 1990. Now, before we begin, I just want to show you what RPGs looked and, more importantly, sounded like in 1990. So, we had Ultima 6 for MS-DOS. Phantasy Star 2 on the Mega Drive, and the Super Nintendo technically wasn't out yet, but here's Final Fantasy IV, which came out the next year in 1991. Okay, we're on the right mindset. Now let me show you Wizardry 5, released in 1990 for the FM Towns computer, what it looked like, but more importantly, how it sounded like. Yes! This is an RPG released in 1990 that uses a fully orchestral soundtrack, and it is incredible! Like, are you kidding me? A game released in 1990 sounds like this? And
Defender of justice, truth, and the planet Earth. Ace is being attacked by the evil Commander Borg.
Considered excellent. The fact is that Japan's interpretation of Western fantasy is basically held by three pillars. These are Ultima, Wizardry, and the Record of Law. Like, I get that it's a 1990 DOS game, but this is easily the ugliest game in the series. It's kind of funny how everyone basically agrees that the classic wireframe games have a sort of understated beauty to them. But once you hit the Dark Savant trilogy, opinions will vary wildly, with everyone thinking that any combination of 6, 7, and 8 are either beautiful games or hideous games. To this day, I've never met a Wizardry fan who likes or hates the aesthetics of all three games. It's always some different combination, and my combination is that I think 7 is beautiful, and 8 you retain your max HP before the class change. This is a small change that may or may not get patched in the future, but it does mean that you can have a mage with the HP of a warrior, which is pretty funny to me. Wizardry, Tales of the Forsaken Land for the PS2 is one of the few Japan-made Wizardry games that actually launched in the West. I've only played a bit of it, but I really enjoyed it, and everyone basically agrees that it's one of
You know this video is coming since yesterday, late. You're looking at what is alleged to be. But if you ask me, I too. Some of them far more for anybody that doesn't know. It is an image board dedicated to the creation, posting, and sharing of soy jacks, okay? Now what the fuck is a soy jack? You know those cool little drawings that you see, the little doodles, the little rough faces you see everywhere? Yeah, that's a soy jack, okay? And of course they post soy jacks all the time. Now, cuck refugee, okay? So it's not exactly... So again, it shows you all the threads popping up, all the tens of thousands of... That was important. Add the soy jack pop to that house. Up, opening it, the shardy, most of whom are not adjusting well to the culture. For new teens and the few old gods that remain and everything in between, tonight has been a cathartic one. And it really must have been a full of this information. There was a lot of flood of just this I wanted to really get into this claim, and I think the source is simple shit, okay? So of course, half the boards over here would have like these admin flares. Pull them out, you got hacked. That's just what happened. So according to one of the users here, did you see that the mods, Jannies, had their email addresses leaked? Lots of edu.gov domains in there. No wonder I've been banned literally hundreds of times from blue boards for racism. By the way, Jannies admit in their ban reports that they target users for not breaking the rules, for saying things that make them seed. So again, this is apparently one of the bans right here. You will not follow you will not post the following on side of B, troll posts, and again, the reason was calling people slurs, do not list, okay? So yeah, it was something that, again, people were kind of wondering about. Inside would appear to be some of the actual discords for 4chan. One of the actual moderators started going, obviously 4chan, there's been a hack. The site itself has been halted until we can determine the damages. It's likely that email addresses have been leaked. Seems to be so. Perhaps IPs as well. You'll need to hold on to those email accounts in order for us to do password resets when the site is back up. So don't delete them or anything. So hoping the damage isn't too bad, shit's a little concerning. I used an active email when I applied because I was hammered.
The Japanese don't like it when foreigners do this. If you break these unspoken rules, you may get unhappy looks from others. For example, you should not open gifts right in front of the giver. In Japan, this is not customary. First thank you, and the gift is unwrapped later, in private. If you start tearing off the wrapping at once, the Japanese may be embarrassed, because he does not know whether you like the gift or not. Do not leave your bag on the next seat in the transport. In Japan, there are few empty seats, and if someone puts a backpack or bag on the neighboring seat, it is perceived as disrespect. Even if there is almost no one around, it is better to keep your bag on your lap or on the floor. Besides, it can be dirty, and the Japanese are very careful about cleanliness. Leaving food on your plate is also a bad idea. In Japan, food is treated very carefully, and if you leave half a dish in a restaurant, it can look rude. Even if you're just not hungry, the Japanese won't understand why you ordered more than you could eat. What other rules do you know? Subscribe and like. The Japanese don't like it when foreigners do this. If you break these unspoken rules, you may get unhappy looks from others. For example,
Sons from me? That's the mother. I can't take them from her neither. That mother. She's being who thought she was God. Okay. I'm going to go speak with one of them in just a minute, but I want my sons. I want them now. Quit yelling at me. You. Okay. What are you going to do? I'm going to yell. I'm going to exercise. You are free right. I'm telling you. Number one is speech. It doesn't say how. But if you get aggressive and you push up on me, that's not a big deal. I hear that on a daily basis. Now what? I want my sons. Okay, well, if that's the mother, unless there's a court order, you're probably not leaving here with your kids.
So you're going to be a good cop and quit and do what's right?
What are you talking about?
So you're not going to be a good cop and quit and go do what's right and collect my sons?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So my sons are being trafficked right here at this house.
Okay, what do you mean by being trafficked?
They're being kept from me.
Okay.
The courts
The lawyers, they're all in on it to keep 20 minutes ago, and y'all just now roll up.
Who is this?
He's the next door neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike knows me. Yeah, man. I want my sons. I can't. She's saying I can't have my sons on Father's Day weekend for a canoe trip, Mike. A 3-day weekend canoe trip. 3 years ago today, I was out on a canoe camping with them on Blackwater River. The damn courts. I need it now. I need justice now, Mike. I will, and my story will be told to the world. I think they don't give a. I think this guy doesn't give a. I think that guy doesn't give a. I think Drew doesn't give a. I think you don't give a. And I think you'll all enable the whore of Babylon. Yeah.
All right. You? Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So get back onto the. What you said they were being trafficked.
Yes.
What do you mean by that exactly?
My sons are being trafficked. This is not their home. Their cars are there.
Okay.
Sons are on a daily basis. The last one took 80.
You know, and
I haven't even.
What do you mean 88 days?
88 days from the time I filed to the time.
Okay.
Let me ask you property and often arrested. So let me ask you this: is there any court order in place whatsoever that says he has the kids?
He does not have the kids
At all.
He can see them on the last Friday at a. You got to have people together.
Where Temple?
You got to have somebody there to watch him. He's not allowed to take them.
So it has to be monitored.
That's
court order.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So. Is she here?
Yes.
Can she get the paperwork and let me speak with her? I want to stay close so I can see him.
The judge's, I think his secretary or paralegal, called your lawyer and told him that he is having, that's why she come over here, to be protected from him.
Good.
And we'd like to get a.
She needs to go get a restraining order.
They won't give it to her unless somebody.
I'm going to give you a card today with a CAD number on it, and I want her to go straight to the courthouse in the morning. If not, probably ain't got time today, maybe, because this will qualify under the domestic violence rule.
Your godsend.
I want her to go down there, and I want her to take that card, and I want them to make sure that she explains to them that I highly suggested, due to his anger and his actions, that she come and apply for a.
You.
Yeah.
You.
Where are you going?
You guys.
They don't want you in the property or around anymore. You're being considered. Bye.
Hey, bye.
Sucking mother.
You're
Yeah, he got in trouble for waving a gun around downtown at people.
He had a clip in his belt, but I want to press the issue because
Sucking bitches.
So
he does not have the children.
Gotcha.
He can only have this.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I actually wanted to possibly detain him, but I felt like that was going to break bad, so that's why I wanted to wait till you got over here until.
Oh, I can tell you right now, man. Right here, minor child children shall reside with the mother once every 4 weeks.
He doesn't care about all that.
He's the one who got in trouble for something about down there where they were.
Because it looked like he may have had one there, but I didn't want.
Get a call from her lawyers. What do you call it? Lawyers.
Japan has one strict rule that everyone follows. Never break this rule if you don't want trouble. Waste sorting in Japan is so strict that even oil from a frying pan must be disposed of properly. Pouring it down the sink or toilet, absolutely not. That's forbidden. In Tokyo, pipes clog very easily, and residential buildings undergo regular pipe cleaning every year. But throwing liquid oil straight into the trash isn't an option either. So what do you do with it? Believe it or not, the Japanese have invented an oil solidifier. It's a special product sold in the home essentials section. You simply sprinkle these granules into hot oil, stir, and it gradually thickens, turning into a solid gel or mass that's easy to remove. Only then can you scrape the hardened oil off the pan and throw it away in a trash bag. According to the instructions, I was supposed to lift it out in one solid piece, but something went wrong, and I had to remove it in smaller chunks. What do you think about Japan's waste sorting system? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Japan has
If you're in India and you want a midnight snack, you can put on something modest, walk for 10 minutes, put your shoes in storage because there's no shoes allowed, and you can come here to Amritsar's Golden Temple, which is the largest Sikh temple in the entire world. Every day, this temple feeds over 100,000 people for free, 24 hours a day. This video is from 3 a.m. and you can see how crowded it is. This is due to a practice called langar, which is integral to the Sikh religion, and you'll find it in any Sikh temple throughout the country or even throughout the world, where you can come and eat with everyone in a communal way, and it's all donations-based. It is completely allowed to come here as a foreigner and participate in this act and benefit from their generosity, but I do recommend, if you're visiting as a tourist, please donate and make it a good donation to make up for their hospitality. If you're in India and you want a midnight snack, you can put on something modest.
Hello, Jensen! I know you want the gate open, baby. We're working on that right now.
Their most autistic child, whose name is basically caged into. Okay, so it's not horrible. You got some sleep, even though the kids might have kept you awake some. So I'm just here because they asked me to be here, based on the situation. Kids have their policies and.
Inside, police catch an alarming sight. A metal cage-like structure built right into the living room with an 11-year-old child trapped inside. But that's not all. Officers reportedly observed feces smeared on the floors and walls, along with piles of trash scattered around the room. Jeffrey is quick to offer up an explanation.
Hey, buddy. We had to do this because it keeps him from kicking holes everywhere in the house.
Does he have he doesn't hit his head on the walls or anything like that?
No.
Okay. How about the other children then that are supposed to be in school?
Yeah, they're upstairs.
Are you able to get them down here?
Yeah.
Hey, Sarge.
The officers check to make sure the other kids are alive and well before another investigator arrives with more questions about the child in the enclosure.
Yeah.
Is this set up for him?
Yeah.
Says he's part Samoan.
Yeah, half Samoan kids. He's
very strong.
He just turned 11, but he's super strong. Yeah, I mean, he's ripped out cabinets, kicked holes. His room upstairs, he kicked a hole all the way through into my bedroom.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
So to keep him from destroying the house, we try to keep him in here.
He doesn't know how to unlock?
No. Wow. Well, on this one, we had to tie this up, and then on the other door, we have a key lock.
Okay.
So.
Because some of them are very observant. And
dude, they
smart. Smart in ways that we don't expect sometimes.
Oh, they're so sharp. Him and my daughter, they're both autistic.
So my concern as a safety officer is what happens in case of a fire.
That can be cut right there. It's just tied up. So that door opens right up. And the other one has a lock.
So he could open it and yank it?
No, it's just tied up right now. It's just tied up.
Right.
But, I mean, technically,
okay.
It opens right up.
Okay.
Yeah, they were concerned about that when they installed it.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking for, is the safety of the situation. Did you want to go up and get the kids? So we can...
Jeffrey explains he has 2 children living with autism.
They've been sick for about the last couple of days.
We're good. She doesn't need to come all the way down. Or do you have questions? Or okay.
Yeah, they had the flu for about all of last week. It started with him, and they were throwing up.
Communication is huge, all right? So no matter what, call the school, because I've even had like casinos call us to check on employees.
Okay.
Casinos, adults, check on their adults.
Yeah.
So his speech isn't very good right now, right? Okay.
When he was first born, he didn't actually start talking until he was about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
He thought he was just getting John Berger for his whole life.
Yeah.
But he's been going to school, and basically all his verbal skills are basically just what he wants, and then what he copies and hears off of the phone.
Yeah, because I tried to communicate with him through the window, through the plywood, just to make sure he was good. I'm like, hey, are you okay? You know, everything good? Because he was boom, 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 boom. And of course, the way it sounds because of his size, I mean, it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, he's not screaming like he's in pain or anything like that. So I was like, hey, I don't see any cause to be concerned in that aspect because he's yelling. Because some kids on the spectrum, that's what they do. I was just like, as long as he's, if he's using his head like some of them do, as long as he has a helmet or something like that, But yeah, it doesn't look like he's got any injuries or anything like that, so that's good.
Yeah, we've had all this plywood we've had to put up just so he doesn't break windows.
Yeah, I noticed the one window was broken.
Yeah.
I mean, that made sense when I seen it. I'm like,
Moments later, the officers step outside to discuss the situation.
Find out how long they've been here,
okay.
How long the kids have been, how long it's been like this.
Okay.
Did you know the video's coming out?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Okay. I was about to start yelling at her, and so I walked out. Took a couple deep breaths.
Yeah, I was trying to play cool and keep him talking.
That's what I told him the truth. I'm like, right now I'm leaving the kid right there because I don't need to have the rest of the 11-year-old. I'll put the kid down.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for everything.
Yeah, I mean, the kid is that for me?
No, that's 2 hours.
Oh. They said, because it's been about an hour. There's feces around, it's extremely messy in the area, and windows are boarded up. So with that, I mean, he's been out of school for a while, I guess.
And then we'll go from there, okay?
It's all done.
A few years ago.
Versus try to help out with finding a program, a plan, and one.
I know you want the gate open, baby. We're working on that right now.
Okay. We'll just stand there. The master bedroom's up there, right at the top of the stairs to the left.
Hey, can we talk about the words you know? Yeah, the words you know. You like the gate open? Why, do you like the gate open?
Yes!
Do you like to be back here?
Go back here.
Here, in this room. Do you like this room? Hey, buddy. Do you like this room? Or do you... Out? No. You want the gate open? You like the gate open? Yeah. Soon. See you real soon. So guess what? Guess what? Soon, gate open. Yeah, soon, gate open. Yeah, soon.
Soon enough, emergency services arrive and grant the 11-year-old's request.
Remember when we talked about gate open? Gate open, that's right, bud. Soon. Gate open soon.
You guys ready?
We're ready, sir.
And they're contained, right?
Yes. Yeah, bed. We're gonna open gate and go bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed.
Battery level is low.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. Ready? Yay! Here we go. Right to the bed.
Officers open the gate and secure the child safely onto a stretcher to be evaluated.
We got the teddy bear.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're gonna. If it's cool, we'll both put them backwards, guys. Cool.
Jeffrey and Misty Scanlon were arrested and each booked for one count of child abuse and neglect. The couple later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor child neglect charge and were each sentenced to 1 year of probation.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 800 people. Now, it belongs to you. Although you lost about 120 brave warriors, you finally took the shelter. After cleaning the mess and bodies, you found a lot of resources, including medicine supplies and food.
And you know what it is. Tweet A, tapping in. Anybody who f me, my music, you gotta f with Carmelo Hayden, man. Justice for my dog. Website coming soon. You gotta tap in, man. Yeah.
I hope that black people understand this. When you are out here making a merch site, doing a GoFundMe for a kid that killed somebody, and won't do a merch site and a GoFundMe for a kid that was killed by somebody, you headed down the wrong mother freaking path. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about Masa chips. This is my favorite chip, but obviously we got the bag that you can see right through it. But Masa chips, an incredible chip. I love it. We have bags and bags and bags of these at the house. This so happened to be the lime version, which is one of my favorites because this has a lot of flavor. The Cabanero, which is a spicy one, that's one of my favorites as well. I can't find a flavor of this chip that is not incredibly good. And why is it so good? Because it's healthy. These are the chips that you can eat and eat with nachos and all the kind of stuff that make sure you eat them with good nachos and real cheese. That you can binge on it and not have to worry about it causing you all kinds of other health concerns because they're putting seed oils in it. This is basic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the back, ingredients is organic corn, 100% grass-fed beef tallow, sea salt, and lime. Go to the grocery store right now and you find me a bag of chips that tastes this good that only have 4 or 5 ingredients in it. You ain't gonna find it. But for the people that I love, and the reason why I love Masha chips, and I don't know how many of you guys have bought them. I've seen it. I mean, it's tons of y'all, and they're absolutely great. All you have to do is go to massachips.com/Officer Tatum, and make sure you use code Officer Tatum for 25% off. So I'm giving you the hookup, 25% off. Make sure you use that Officer Tatum code, and you won't regret it. If you regret it, email me and I'll buy you a bag of your favorite chips. But these are really, really good Masha chips. Make sure you get some today. All right, let's get to Carmelo Anthony's family doing the most. Now, I don't know if this is verified. This is going to be the difference between me and other people that you follow. They'll just go off the hook and just say all this stuff is true. I don't know. I can't verify what their situation is. I just know it's rumored, and these rumors don't look good for them, that they got this GoFundMe money, which, to be honest, the judge didn't have to lower the bond amount because they got $500,000, which would probably be enough collateral to take care of the bond, to bond him out. So they have the means to accomplish the $1 million bond. So for them dropping the bond to $250,000 was extremely low and unnecessary. Let's move forward. We see that they raised $500,000. It's going to go up more and more. We get closer to the trial, and if he takes this to trial, it's probably going to get more and more. There's going to be more and more money coming in because the people of the Melon are silly as a mother. I bet you $1 million. Most of the people that funded this are black.
Anthony's family. This is BLM. This is what the black community does. This is what our pastors do. This is what they do, right? And so the family of Carmelo Anthony are still raising money. They got the bond reduced to $200,000, kept the rest of the money, moved into a mansion, right? So if you are so-called threats, why do you have to move in an $800,000 a year house? A house worth $800,000? Because it's Black Lives Matter all over again. Remember how Black Lives Matter stole all the money from the black community, raised over $50 million, and then disappeared, and they were investigated for fraud and exposed by Candace Owens? Well, that's exactly what his family is doing off the backs of dumb ignorant black people who are full of racism, hate, and are so blinded by that they're willing to send money to a cause that they shouldn't be sending money to. It's BLM all over again.
And I'm telling you this, and I said it 100 times in a row. If Carmelo Anthony would have did this to another black kid, neither one of them would have got a GoFundMe. None of them. They wouldn't have supported Carmelo Anthony, and they definitely wouldn't have supported the person who died. Nobody got a GoFundMe. You want to bet me? Find me a GoFundMe where a black kid stabbed another black kid, or a black kid killed another black kid. They'll break a GoFundMe record if they GoFundMe all these young brothers that get killed by other brothers. It will never happen. These silly people of the melanin that are secretly racist and they hate white people. Go look at the GoFundMe link. Go look at his GoFundMe comments. What are they saying? They hate white people. They glad he did this. This is revenge. Let me explain this to you because this is how I used to think. When they see a white kid, when you black in America and you grew up in the hood or you grew up anywhere in a prominent black neighborhood, most of the time, not all the time, people different. Most of the time, you have an underlying hatred towards white people. Therefore, when something happened to a white person, your whole mindset is, they did this to us, that's what they get. We used to be slaves. I don't care what happened to white people. They beat us, so when one of us killed them unjustifiably, it don't matter because they kill us all the time unjustifiably. So we kill one of them unjustifiably, what's the problem? They privileged. They got it anyway. The white man always got this. Look at the vitriolic theology of, I would say, the average black person in America. Oh, he gonna get unjust in the justice system. He gonna get listen, he's gonna get treated poorly in the justice system. Yet they took his bond amount from $1 million to $250,000. Oh, what happened to? He's gonna not have justice. To me, he got more than justice. They went up and beyond to lower his bond amount. But okay, let's get to the stuff that they talking about. So allegedly, Carmelo Anthony's family is now renting a $900,000 house in a gated community because they're claiming that they're getting death threats.
I'm in love, and it's all because of Angela.
Who's Angela?
A neighborhood savant. She's technically my agent.
You're in love with the house?
Condo dude, keep up.
Hondo, maybe I need an Angela.
Listen, I didn't move my house because people say crazy stuff to me on the internet. Are there credible death threats? Now, moving into a $900,000 house, what does your original house look like? Because if you're in a $10 million house and you move to a $900,000 house, that's not a big deal. If you got a Ferrari, you got a Rolls Royce, you got a Bentley in your front yard, and you bought a $150,000 Escalade, we ain't got nothing to talk about. But if the house you're renting is better and bigger than the house that you actually live in, if you then went and bought a $150,000 Escalade, which is nicer than the cars that you currently own, we got a problem. No, we don't have a problem. You got a problem. Because you essentially are showing the world that people of the melanin literally live in a perpetual grift. And I'm not saying it's everybody. What happened at Black Lives Matter? Patrice Cullors living in a perpetual grift. This is the biggest money laundering scheme that ever happened in American history from a nonprofit related to activism. They had enough influence, enough revenue, enough companies in a headlock to garnish hundreds of millions of dollars. And what was best for him? He needs to plead to manslaughter and do 5-10 years in prison and be done with it. If he go to trial, he's gonna get dang near his whole life in prison. The question that is going to come up in the hearing, or they're going to come up in the court proceeding if they go there, is why did you take a knife to the track meet? What was your intentions with the knife being in your bag at the track meet? You don't need a knife to run the 400-meter dash, the last time I checked. When you run the relay, they pass the baton. They don't pass knives to each other. So what do you need a concealed knife in your bag at a track meet for? Why? That is an uphill battle to climb. You're afraid. You're in fear. If you're afraid or in fear, then that means, folks, it's crazy to me. And I tell you what, people always say, Brandon, you always talk about it. When black people come up on some money, this reminds me of black people I know that come up on some money and they got
Therapy has always been such a scary idea to me because I simply did not know where to get started. I didn't know how to...
You seem kind of athletic. You play sports or anything in school?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is my home. She lives all the way over there. Everybody in the house right now? Oh, just me. I'm the only one that's home.
Hey! At least it's not blazing hot in here, right? It is.
Yeah, I've seen pictures, but I've never been.
At first glance, Janine Gonzalez and Antonetta Stevens seem like two people on the same side, partners in crime.
Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys are enjoying that one of the villains that defined and fundamentally reshaped not only the X-Men, but Marvel Comics as a whole in the 90s. X-Men number 53 in 1996, and he was created by Scott Lobdell, Mark Waid, and Andy Kubert. So the origin of Onslaught goes all the way back to the instance where Magneto ripped the adamantium off of Wolverine's skeleton. Now after he does this, Professor Xavier gets so pissed off that Magneto would do something so barbaric that he decides that he has to neutralize the threat of Magneto by shutting down his mind with his telepathy and basically sending him into a coma. Now when he reaches into Magneto's mind, all the dark attributes of Magneto's psyche, the anger, desire for vengeance, and all that stuff seep into Xavier's own mind and merge with all the dark feelings he's been trying to suppress, and this amalgamation of the two minds results in the creation of Onslaught. Now it does take a while after the creation of Onslaught for the entity to manifest itself, but what happens is that Xavier's dream of a peaceful coexistence between humans and mutants really starts to look less and less likely. The humans' fear of mutants continually growing, Xavier trying and failing to rehabilitate Sabretooth, and all of this stuff basically made Professor X increasingly frustrated as Onslaught gradually corrupted his mind. And so when a young mutant was killed by a group of humans near the school, Xavier essentially snapped, and Onslaught manifested himself into a physical form, which basically looks like a beefed up version of Magneto in armor. It's like the Magneto version of Super Shredder, right? Like you have like Shredder, and then you have Super Shredder, which I don't care what anybody says, Super Shredder was amazing. We should do that video. Beyond Omega level, Super Shredder? Dude, he was awesome. I love Super Shredder. I don't know how we're going to make an argument that he's beyond Omega level, but we should definitely do it. Like, we should definitely make that video. But regardless, later on, Onslaught would decide that he no longer needed Xavier and replace him in the armor with Franklin Richards, the mutant son of Reed Richards and Susan Storm, who can warp reality and would later absorb the psychic powers of X-Man Nate Gray, an Omega level mutant in his own right. The acquisition of these two vastly powered individuals took Onslaught from simply an incredibly powerful being into one that was almost godlike. Now, in terms of his powers, Onslaught's primary abilities are his telepathy and telekinesis. Onslaught's telepathy is arguably the most powerful in the Marvel Universe. He easily overpowers Jean Grey, an Omega-level telepath herself, and possessed Thor, a feat that not even Emma Frost, an extremely powerful telepath amped up by the Phoenix Force, was able to do. He can possess large groups of people simultaneously, cause them to enter into a sleep-like state, and can manipulate their emotions. He infiltrated the mind of Steve Rogers even when he was in the negative zone, and Steve Rogers was in the main Marvel Universe. He can create illusions, steal memories from others, including telepaths like Jean Grey, force others to enter the astral plane, and absorb the powers of those he possesses. On one occasion, Onslaught possessed the Hulk and forced him to change between his green and gray forms. It was even stated by Apocalypse that Onslaught is capable of funneling the collective psychic energy of all living creatures for his own use, although it is unclear if Apocalypse meant within the universe or the multiverse, but either one is enough to place him beyond Omega level. Now, in addition to his vast telepathic powers, Onslaught is also an extremely adept telekinetic. He destroyed a city, ripped apart Xavier's school, and caused a tsunami. It was believed that he also used his telekinetic blast to kill most of the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, but it was later revealed that they had actually been shunted off to a pocket universe created by Franklin Richards. Now, even though his psychic powers alone are enough to put him beyond Omega level, they are not the extent of all the powers he possesses. Because he was partially comprised of Magneto's psyche, he also had Magneto's control over magnetism. Similarly, once he absorbed the powers of Franklin Richards, he was able to warp reality on a universal scale. Really, just the fact that he was able to keep Franklin inside of his armor is a massive feat in and of itself, because Franklin is one of the most powerful reality warpers in all of Marvel Comics. Onslaught was also able to trap Juggernaut in the Crimson Gem of Sidorak and separate the Incredible Hulk and Bruce Banner personas from one another. Onslaught also has greatly enhanced strength and durability. He ripped the Crimson Gem from Juggernaut's body and threw him into another continent, overpowered an angered Hulk, and pulled himself through a hole in the negative zone.